What's up, family? So, why the struggles in life? One of the main reasons why we go through the struggle and be in the struggle longer than what we're supposed to is because what we're going through now, we view that as this is it. Like, we feel like this is the end for us. We're just going to deal with it. We're just going to go along with it. Like, we have no resistance to what we are going through. Resistance in the sense of, like, you know what? I'm going to be intentional about my fight back. I'm going to be intentional about having the right mindset. I'm going to be intentional about having the right attitude. I'm going to be intentional about being hopeful, by being encouraged. I'm going to be intentional about letting me know that, hey, this is not it. Like, to affirm myself in the seasons of doubts, thinking that I'm unworthy or I can't do it. Like, we give up before the fight is even over. And when it's like that, like, we want God to step in on our behalf. Now, there are certain things that he's going to do anyway, right? But when it comes down to faith, it's action. And perhaps what he's trying to get us to do is move first. Perhaps he's trying to get us to be consistent with trying and put forth the effort. And as we're moving, he can direct us. He can guide us. When we feel like we don't have any more energy, when we don't have no more strength, when we don't have no more fight back, perhaps he wants us to get to that point so we can see that when we're weak, we're strong because we have him and we are in him. Like, perhaps he wants us to see that he is our strength. He is the source of our energy. He is the source for all that we need in this season. But because we give up, or we don't even show up to the fight, we just lay in it and complain. And even if you don't complain about it, you just made up in your mind, like, you know what? Like, it's just never going to change. It is what it is. Like, that attitude right there is like, how can we expect him to step in on our behalf to help us or to show us the way? Well, oftentimes when he's giving more instructions and giving more direction, that it's when individuals are in action, not just laying in the bed like, you know what, I just wish this would change. Like, we're not even fighting for our lives. We're not even fighting for ourselves. We're not even fighting to change our life or our situation or even ourselves. You know what I mean? But we want him to just drop a magic wand, like, poof, prayers answered. Like, it don't just necessarily work that way. So once we make up in our mind, like, I'm going to see this thing through. I'm going to fight to the end. I'm going to show up until I can't show up no more. And have that mindset. Have the heart to fight no matter what. And then perhaps that's when the change will begin to happen. That's when we will begin to see him move on our behalf. And that's when the struggles that we encounter will begin to subside. But we can't expect otherwise if we're not showing up to the fight. If we just gonna give up and not even try until we can't try no more. Motivation. Like, you have what it takes. Get up and fight back. You have the energy. Fight back. You have the strength. Fight back. You have the ability. Fight back. Most of all, you have your God to help you when you don't have the strength, when you don't have the energy, when you don't have the knowledge or the wisdom too. You have him, and let that be where you're fighting from, and allow him to empower you spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically to not only show up to the fight, but reign in your fight as a conqueror in Jesus Christ. Let's go.